Hey guys, I am back with a new video about the Crested Gecko enclosures. Sorry for being absent for like 2.5 weeks. I had the Marion County Fair that I had to help with. I put out a post about it explaining that, and also I had to like write a paper and stuff for my college class. I mean, why would English class require me to write a paper? Anyway, I have that done now, and I can upload again. So I'm sorry for taking a 2.5 week leave, but life came in the way. But on the good news, I have a new fan now. It's black and low profile. It's shorter than the other one, and it actually blows air, which is, what you would require of a fan. So today we're not going to make a whole lot of progress, but what we are going to do is sanitize the materials to then put them in place to use to do the background and get all that done. Because I have enough footage and everything to make this its own video, so I want to make the backgrounds then be their own video because they're very important and very cool, and I don't want to, have things miss out. So this will be its own video. Then coming whenever I get the next video out, it will be its own video, but there's no promises anymore because honestly, just with how things are, there's a lot going on. So let's get to it. I'll show you my technique of trying to figure out how to sanitize all of these very large pieces of wood.
Okay, so I have an absolute load of different sticks here, and as you can see, I just put them here yesterday, and now they're completely covered in snow because it's been snowing. And I don't really have any good way to make sure that these get completely sanitized. Like, I don't know what to do. So the thing about wood is, even though it snows and stuff, bugs still live inside of it. So essentially, right now, my solution would be to soak them because these are massive pieces. Unfortunately, I can't use the 300 gallon because it has dividers now. So I can only fit so much crap in here. And a lot of these would fit, but a lot of those wouldn't. These are kind of the larger pieces. And I went to get a piece of a big tub in my garage, but it's back behind a bunch of stuff, and I don't think it would fit a lot of these. It'd fit this stuff, but it wouldn't fit this, so then it would kind of be pointless anyway. And then I'd have to wait for it to soak forever inside the house or whatnot, so I wouldn't want to crack the tub in the cold or whatnot. So this is what I've come up with. I'm gonna go get really warm water from buckets, and I'm gonna dump it on all of these repeatedly, and then I'll leave them. They'll probably freeze overnight, and then it'll snow, so they'll get really cold as they are now, which would kill a lot of things, at least surface things. And these are just twigs. Like, this is the only thick one that I don't even know what I'm going to use it for right now. It's probably not going in a gecko tank, but it's really cool. So that's the only like bigger one, but I will dump the stuff on it as well. And I would put it in here, but again, I don't think it would fit at this point. So the ones that I can put into here, I will, because this freezing cold water is going to kill essentially anything. So as you can see, there's 2 pieces of wood in here now. So I have some other smaller stuff. If I just chuck that in there, I'll chuck the rest of it in there, and then I'll just let this to burn and soak essentially. Get really hot with hot water, and then really cold with cold water, and then I will bring it in, and hopefully that will cure it of any insects or whatnot. But it's really cold out here, and these are really thin, so hopefully it's already killed everything. That's kind of what I'm going for. And then I have this too, which isn't going on a gecko enclosure, but I think I'll just take this and I'll dump it on this too. This is going to go in the iguana cage eventually. But again, I couldn't soak it, and I couldn't do anything, so just set it down here, and then I'll go through the same thing with it. Nice thing about it is it doesn't have any bark, and most of these don't really. They just have some stuff. So that is the plan at this point. I was going to carry them inside to cook in the oven, but I mean, I'm only going to be able to cook so many of these in the oven, and it just wouldn't be worth it to go through that if I could kind of do it all at once or something. I don't know. Okay, so these actually fit a lot more than I thought. It was like that whole pile right there. These ones just aren't going to fit over here. But fun part about this is I have the pleasure of making sure that these are retrieved. meaning my hands will probably be in there at some point, which is going to be real cold. But because there's some smaller pieces that I don't think I'll be able to just get out right away. But I'll have to encounter that later on next week. So now I'm just going to do the hot water method with these guys. Yay! It looks as though things have gotten really cold. I'm not going to take all of this stuff inside yet because there's really no need to at the moment. But these pieces are definitely kind of frozen and stuff. And the ground's a little slippery because I dumped a bunch of water out here. But I'm going to take this in so then I can start working with it or whatever. But I'm going to put it on my stove, on my wood. We have a wood burning stove. And I'm just going to put it on top of it so then it can really dry out, I guess. And then I'm going to do the same with this guy right here, because I want both of these in the iguana's cage, and so that's what I'm going to do with them. And then this one can kind of go right in. I'll probably put it on the stove, let it get really warm for a while, and then I will just spray it out in my shower. And then this one I need to edit a bit. I need to sand it a lot and get all this white fungus stuff off of it because I don't want that in the terrarium. So, but both of them are just going to sit on the stove at first, and then like I said, I'll bring in stuff like this, which is in ice currently, later on when I actually need it. But I do need to have it dry out, so I'll probably put it on the stove at some point.
So besides using the wood that you see me trying to sanitize here, which is just from my friend's willow tree, I also have the wood that is already in the Crested Gecko tanks, like this from Linus's tank, and then there was also a piece in Teddy's tank. So I actually had to remove the piece, but I also had to remove eggs that the piece would interfere with if I just took it out. So I had to move the eggs into the little 5-gallon nursery, and then I could properly take out the piece that I wanted, because certain of these pieces have a certain look that I'm looking for with my the new 55-gallon terrariums, and of course I want to utilize these pieces of wood if I can. So I went ahead and did that, and then I'm laying everything out here. So I already have a lot of bark that I've sanitized and just a lot of wood and pieces that I already have. I always do have pieces that are in my room or stored somewhere where they're already sanitized and they're always at the ready. And a lot of them I've used for a multitude of projects before, and generally they end up in a background somewhere permanently. And I kind of like that process because a piece has a history in the reptile room. And here you have everything laid out in kind of an OCD type manner thing, crazy person layout, and then we have all of the pieces that are what I brought in and made sure are like sanitized to the best of my ability. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. I got everything set up for the background building, and that will be next video. Hours and hours and hours of work that are just going to be put into 20 minutes for you guys. So that's it for this one. I hope that you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one. It'll be coming out sooner than later, and I'll get back in track on properly uploading things. It's not from the lack of wanting to post videos or anything. It's simply just I'm a busy person, unfortunately, and it's kind of caught up with me recently. So next video will be better than this one. It'll be a proper background tutorial, and I hope that you will enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So if you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, comments below, and if for more content, then subscribe. Have a fantastic day.